Heavy riders, and thanks for joining us again. Today we're having an interview with Sue.
Sue.
Susan. Sue.
It is indeed Sue.
Yeah, so this is episode 2 of HerBikers, and yeah, so right, tell us a little bit about yourself then, Sue.
I got into biking back in 2011, and I haven't done enough biking yet, but I'm getting into it. I love it, absolutely love it. The freedom it gives me, and by a bike like this, it does so much. You can go off camping, exploring, and I've met so many amazing people during this time. And last year and this year I went to the vegan camp out, and I met Jade, a lovely biker, and
A vegan biker,
absolutely, and some of her friends as well, and I had a brilliant time. Yeah, I would just like to do a lot more the usual routes, like the Wild Atlantic Way and the NC 500. I'd also like to ride aboard. Obviously, remember to go on the other side of the road, which is probably a good idea.
Unless you're in Ireland.
Yes, one isn't bored of living yet, but yeah, no. I'd like. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I sat on a bike when I was 6, and it was just one of those things I put on the back burner until I got to 46, and I really recommend it. I mean, I'm 58 now, and I still feel really young. So. And
what age did you pass your test?
I was 46.
46, yes.
Yeah, I passed the off-road the first time, the mod 1.
Yeah.
But the mod 2, I passed the second time. I did make a silly mistake. And the area I was riding in had a lot of foliage over the sign, and they were saying the independent ride, and I was like, I couldn't see, because the tree was just totally in front of the sign. Yeah. So I had to
easy mistake to make.
Yeah, and I just didn't feel really happy with the examiner either. He didn't instill confidence. The next examiner I had, he was brilliant. He gave me so much confidence. He just said, just relax and enjoy it, and don't, But I mean, you're always going to feel nervous anyway because you're being judged.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hate being on tests, so yeah, I know the feeling. I mean, I passed my test in 2001, and it took me 2 attempts, and even on the second attempt I should have failed, because I went through a stop sign without stopping. But I had a good examiner, so thank you for watching this.
Well, maybe he just saw that your riding ability was, he was confident in it, obviously.
Well, the next move after that, there was a lorry reversing in the road, and I stayed well back, and he said because I did handle that really well, he passed me, so he didn't knock me down for it, so just marked it down as a minor fault.
I had 2 minors.
Yeah. So,
but I had more than that on the other one where I failed.
So you passed your test at 46, and you don't have a car licence, don't you?
No, I don't.
No, so this is your main mode of transport.
And cycle and walk.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 means of getting about.
Let's have a little look around your bike then quickly. So talk us through it.
Mine's called Tigger. It was a joke, but it's stuck. It's the new 660 it's the 2022, and I have dropped it. I have. I'm sure that most bikers drop their bikes at some point. Plus, I'm a little bit clumsy. That's why these are on.
That's what crash protection's for.
Crash bungs, yeah, absolutely. And but no, I've had other bikes. I started off with an ER6N, but then I couldn't ride that for a while because I got knocked off my push bike. Yeah. I ended up with 2 compressed discs in my back and a numb foot, and every time this foot had no strength in it, I couldn't keep if my bike was in an awkward place, that's it went over. And then I got a smaller bike. I had the a Kawasaki 300. Just had no power in it, and keeping up with people was just a joke,
Yeah.
really. And then I went and got myself an MT-07, and I didn't quite get on with that. I think really, to be honest, you've got to ride a bike for a few years to actually know whether it's the right bike for you.
Yeah.
I think just a test ride on a bike.
No, yeah. Well,
is
I'd
not
say at
really
least a few
sufficient.
months. Yeah.
And this one does everything I want it to do. It goes pretty fast. Not the fastest at accelerating.
I mean, I've ridden one of these a couple of times, and I thought they were pretty nippy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Is this your favourite bike you've ever owned?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is definitely one.
I think they're a good looking machine, aren't they? They're well styled, I think.
I think Triumph have got a really good reputation for making good bikes.
Yeah.
And an adventure bike as well. And camping, I put all my camping stuff. I don't like the top box.
No,
I just use that as a storage box at home. But I've got a big bag. It's a waterproof bag that goes on top. All my luggage, everything I needed. I had everything I needed for my camping trips.
Yeah.
But when I had a smaller bike, I was taking a rucksack, and it's just so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you're kind of being pushed forwards by your rucksack, and you just feel like you've got something clung permanently to you. It's uncomfortable, and it also doesn't help with concentration if you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I think you've got to find a bike that sits well with your seating position.
Yeah.
And if you're right, I can ride this bike nearly all day with stops. It's the most comfortable bike I've had, and I've just got to get better at riding. I'd like to do the skills day, actually, the women's skills day, the IAMS. And because I think I've heard people have said that it's actually improved their riding no end, and
Have you done a bike safe yet?
No.
Yes, I recommend doing a bike safe.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
My friend did that. He did the police one.
Yeah.
That's the one. But no, I was going to go for the IAMS and maybe the roster.
Yeah, no, it's all worth doing.
Because I think anything you do is going to be an improvement and help. Just to be safe.
You're always learning. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect rider. I mean, I've only done a bike safe course. I've done it a couple of times. Also recommend doing the biker down course if you've not done that.
I haven't done that. No,
that's worth doing as well.
Yeah. I mean, all these things are really good tips for us to, improve our safety, and then it just improves the pleasure of it.
Yeah.
So absolutely. But when I retire, I want to travel around the world on a bike.
Yeah.
And
that's a dream, isn't it?
From one end of America, just all around the world. I'd like to go and travel around the world, and I think you need an adventure bike for that.
Yeah.
And the upright handlebars at least allow for more comfort as well, rather than carpo tunnel.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you can tour on anything. You can tour on a sports bike. I mean, some people have done it, but I'd rather be a bit more comfortable on a longer tour.
The sporty, racy ones are only really designed for that half an hour race, really, aren't they? They're not really designed for long journeys.
Yeah. It depends on your own personal physique as well. I mean, I value my wrists.
I also prefer to be up higher so I can see over cars.
Over cars, yeah.
I mean, obviously vans and lorries are an issue, but I like to be able to see what's ahead of me, and then make a decision on what I'm going to do then. Yeah. And also just plan my journey. I usually plan it so I leave a lot earlier, because my personal navigation system isn't very good.
Neither's mine.
I do have a map in here with me. I carry a map, a paper map, and I've got my mobile phone. Always make sure that's fully charged, and carry a power bank. It's always useful to have that backup. I mean, I truly recommend it. I really recommend it. I just think, get out there and have a go.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what these videos are all about. So, as a female rider, have you encountered any discrimination?
No.
No?
No, not at all.
That's one of the most common complaints, really, from female riders. That,
right. I haven't actually. I don't know whether it's because people I meet up with, or just have been lucky enough not to meet anyone like that. But no, I've never met anyone that's sort of been friendly, helpful. And I've noticed that if you go into a lay-by, which I did up on the way here, you get people stopping, and saying, "Are you all right?" And it's like, bikers will always look out for other bikers. There's quite a big community, and the old head nod as well. Yeah. But no, I've not encountered anything like that at all.
That's good to hear. What about when you purchased your bike? Did you get any comments as a female rider, or was it just no?
Not at all.
Because that's another thing that a lot of women riders complain about, that when they go looking for bikes with their partners, and they always make a beeline for the men, don't they, rather than the women? So.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I went. Yeah, we get here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, I've seen the dog before. He's cute.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more to do on my bike, that's for sure. A lot more ambitions, but no, when I went to go and buy, I had no.
That's good then. I mean, it just does show that attitudes are changing slowly. There's still work to be done, but things are changing.
It probably helped that there was a woman in there anyway that worked there. Yeah. So maybe that, and she had a big bike. Yeah,
that's good then. As we were discussing earlier, I mean, it's the women's clothing as well, and still needs to be improved, doesn't it? That's,
yes.
One issue,
longer trousers.
Yeah.
And these textile trousers as well, which are underneath my waterproofs. Yeah. Not long enough. Yeah. If you've got a 34 length leg, you're a little, it's challenging. But they do need to, they need to.
We need a better range of women's clothing, don't we?
Yeah.
Better, more choice.
Because there's a lot of women that are still that are already riders and have been riding for a long time. But and there's, in fact, where I've got a garage. Since the woman's seen my bike there, she wants to take up biking herself.
There you go then.
So
you're an influencer.
But she sat on my bike, but it wasn't really appropriate. It's too tall for her. So I said, just go around the bike shops and sit on them and see which one. But flat footing, I think.
The Trident on which this is based is a bit smaller, isn't it? A bit lower down.
It's very similar to this. So it looks. This part of it looks exactly the same, the Trident, but it's just got a different. I don't know whether the tank's bigger on this actually.
Can't remember actually.
It is very similar. Well, it's a triple engine. So. Yeah. But I love it. I'm gonna hopefully get a lot more miles out of this bike.
How many miles have you done on it so far?
About 8,000, I think. Yeah. Well, that was the last time I looked, I think. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to any women who want to take up riding?
Don't procrastinate, go and do it.
Go and do it, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, just feel the fear and do it anyway. Yeah. Isn't that the phrase?
Exactly, yeah, just...
And life's a living. It's a short life, and if that's a passion of yours, and if it's a dream of yours, follow it.
Exactly, yeah.
And it doesn't matter what other people say.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It doesn't really matter what other people say. It's your life. And people are always going to be concerned about your welfare and your safety. I've had people, when I rode up from Worthing, ask me to just make sure, let them know that I got here safely. Yeah. So, and I do that with all my biking friends as well. I just sort of say, just make sure you let me know you got there safely. I mean, the weather conditions were very challenging today, but...
Yeah, it was quite nasty in places.
And, I mean, I just think on these occasions when you've got when you've got this kind of wet leaves, it's better just to go for the bigger roads.
Yeah.
Not the small twisty roads are lovely in the summer when you have, or even in the winter when all this mushy stuff has gone, and this potential dangerous stuff that you're going to slip on has gone. But I just think, well, you know, and have a test ride on a bike and do your CBT and see if it's for you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be for every woman, but you know, at least have a go.
But I mean, obviously the aim of these videos is to, you know, try and encourage and inspire more women to take up riding. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I mean, our group on Facebook, we've got, I think it's about 47% women, which is pretty good for a biking group, really, isn't it?
Yes.
But then again, I suppose statistically wise, then more women are vegan than men, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know what the statistics are really, but I think there's a lot more people just going into veganism thanks to Joey Carbstrong and Ed Winters and people like that that's really passionate about making educating people about what they put in their mouths.
But yeah, so I presume that's why we've got about 47% women in the group. Last time I checked, anyway. It does tend to vary a little bit.
Yeah, it will do, won't it? And maybe this channel, you know, you're doing this as well. Will hopefully help and encourage women that just link up with the local groups. Yeah. Either Facebook or WhatsApp or whichever means of social media.
So you do a lot with Wimmer, don't you, as well?
I have done in the past. Lately, I've last year was a bit of a bad one. We had people leave, so I had to cancel a couple of holidays. Yeah. And but no, I mean, I'm certainly going to be doing a lot more now. I've ridden this bike and got used to him a bit as well. So now it's a case of get him doing more miles now. Yeah, excellent. Absolutely. And so I'm looking forward to as I say, doing lots of exploring of this country as well. I've never been to Scotland, I've never been to Ireland. Wales years ago, but I haven't done it on a bike. There's certainly lots of
perfect opportunity now.
Yeah, absolutely. But so you've done a lot of miles on your bike. Yeah, I mean, I've done 19,000 on this one now, so we've been around a bit. Yeah, good old Triumphs. Yeah. But so can you see yourself keeping your Tiger for a long time then? Yeah, I can see I hopefully I'll just have him until whatever, hopefully. I mean, even if he's, you know, in years until to come, he falls apart. But I think even then, is it worth buying a new bike? Oh, exactly. Because there's always things. Triumphs are quite good and they keep going, but there'll be expensive things. But then it's more expensive to buy a new bike again. So I may as well. And I like it. I like the bike. So what made you want to pass your bike test? Determination, the freedom it gives you. Yeah, it does give you a lot of freedom. Do you just wake up one day and think, I want to ride a bike? Well, I did want to do it when I was 6. Yeah. And I kept putting it off, and then I just thought, well, you know what, you can keep putting things off. And no, I did a CBT years ago, and so I was on L plate. So even and I just didn't take the test until 2011. So I'd already had 125s for quite a while, and then it was just like, let's just go for the test. And I thought, well, things were changing, and so I went along on my little 125. You couldn't get your bikes into one hole, could you? So we could get the car in. Okay, yeah, so we can manage. So where were we? I was riding a 125, and let's get you against the bike actually. There was also other things. I paid my mortgage off, so I had the money. Then I sort of had a bit more spare money to put towards doing my
Yeah.
test and then buying a bike, because I wanted to buy a bike outright, so I didn't have
Yeah,
to.
so you
So I
don't-
saved up and bought my bike. Yeah, it's mine. It's not on finance, so it's totally mine. Which is like, and as it's got blemishes, little
Well,
blemishes,
yeah, but
little war wound.
it happens.
Yes, yeah, I know. More so than, yeah. Hopefully it won't go over again. It was basically, I was coming out of my dry and I forgot, I wasn't used to panniers,
Yeah,
and so I knocked the post that side and it knocked me there. So that's how that happened. Yeah, it was spatial awareness probably issue.
it happens.
Yeah, I was looking there and not down there, and when you've got panniers and you're not used to having panniers, yeah, just
It
something
happens.
to be aware of. And now I am. I keep away from anything that's gonna knock me over.
So obviously, future plans. Then you're going to be doing a lot of touring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the time becomes available, absolutely more. Next summer, yeah, I've got a few trips that I want to do. Certainly the vegan camp out again,
Yeah,
and also some more camping trips because I love going camping with it.
yeah.
And I've been invited up to Scotland by some friends, so
Yep.
I'd like.
That'd
I've
be
never
lovely.
been to Scotland.
Yeah, I did Scotland on a bike a couple of years ago, and it was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Just got to avoid the mozzies or the
Yeah,
midgets,
yeah,
isn't it? It's
midges,
the
yeah.
midgets.
Yeah,
The midges,
I wasn't
they-
prepared, and I got absolutely
Mullered.
deluged by them.
Yeah, I've heard people get mullered by them.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'd just like to even go to France as well, and
Yeah.
Germany and Luxembourg. Apparently, the roads are really nice in Luxembourg.
oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
You need to come
friends
on a
of
tour next year.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to, but taking 10 days might be a bit.
I just tell
More
them to
than I-
stuff it.
I do hope my manager doesn't watch this. But yeah, yeah, no. Well, yeah, but there's still time. There's just like, yeah. And I've only got 8 years to work now, so
Yeah.
8.5 bit years to work, and then I retire. And I suspect that I would like to just book a ticket for the day after retirement and just
Yeah,
go
and just yeah,
and just
head
bugger off. And
Yeah.
this is ideal for travelling. I
Yeah.
mean, Itchy Boots is doing so many women riders. There's
yeah.
Ethba,
Itchy Boots has
Beard.
been an inspiration for a lot of
yeah,
female riders, and
yeah. She is. She's amazing.
So what other female riders have inspired you?
Ethba Beard, she rode around the world in 1982, and she also did a speech up at one of the winter things, and she's just amazing, really.
Yes.
I mean, she didn't have any navigation systems that we
Yeah.
do. She just had
Oh, yeah, it
old
was a
maps.
different world back then, weren't she?
Yeah, yeah. And she
Yeah.
just followed her dream, and
She's amazing.
yeah. I mean, there's a few women that have come to, and I've forgotten the name of the woman, but I read her book, and she rode around America with an Airedale dog on the back of her bike.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, I know who
Yeah.
you mean. Yes.
Yeah, what amazing! I
Yeah.
mean, there's been so many amazing women that have.
Yeah.
And even Ethba Beard, when she asked the magazines, and they just had no interest in her. They were like,
Yeah.
because she was a woman.
Yeah.
So I think, but I've never come across any sort of, people saying, "Oh, you sure?" as a woman,
Yeah.
because I think more of us are just getting out there and doing it,
Yeah.
and
And
living-
hopefully even more and more. In the
Yeah.
future. Yeah. That's
and I mean,
you notice it when you're on the Facebook groups. You do see, like the biking groups, especially the male-dominated ones. That some of the stuff that's on there is just blatant.
right. I'm actually not on
Sexism, isn't it?
Facebook, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
it's
more
not-
WhatsApp and stuff,
Yeah.
really.
You're not missing much.
No. Well, I've got friends
Yeah.
that are in different groups as
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah, but the ones that are mostly men in them are quite embarrassing at times.
oh right,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So
Fortunately, I haven't come across that, so
Yeah.
I've just been either
Yeah.
incredibly lucky. But yeah, no, all the men I've been riding with, and they're just fine. They're really friendly. They're really helpful. If there's anything I need to know about my bike, they've always been,
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I really want to learn as well. I'd like to go on a mechanics course. I'd like to actually learn a bit more how to maintain my own bike, because that also will give confidence.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I mean, it's fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
When the weather's good as well, it's even more
when
fun.
the weather's good, yeah.
It's even more fun. Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, no, so yeah, I recommend it.
Okay.
Get out there and get yourself some kit, and also make sure you've got some pretty good quality. It's always better to at least invest in a good helmet. Your head's important.
Yeah.
And I don't do shorts and t-shirt in the sun.
No, yeah.
No, definitely not. But yeah, oopsie, we've got. It's getting busy here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what your ride was like down, but
yeah, it was a bit greasy in places.
Yeah, I did go for the main roads, the big roads, so to avoid all that, I just thought there's not so many leaves on those roads. I did get a little bit lost on the way here, but I haven't got all that sat nav stuff yet, but maybe that's something I ought to invest in next.
Got a quad lock on mine. I used that with my phone. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that just about wraps it up then.
Oh, thank you.
Any final words for our viewers?
Yeah, go and do it.
Go and do it.
Go and do it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Life's a living.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, Sue.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank
Cheers
you,
for watching, guys. See you on the next one.